in a minute early. So anyway, I'm going to set up my laptop here as well. Turn this a bit so you can see me better. And just wondering who that one person waiting out there is, unless they're anonymous. Get this laptop going. Come on. There we go. It's up and coming. It should be on. Hopefully that'll do it. Got one person waiting and watching and one like thumbs up. Not sure who it is. They might be in. Anyway, we got a really interesting and unusual show today. Before I get to that part, the good part, what's going on here? Why is it? Well, I didn't want that. It's full screen. Okay, what's going on here? Where's the phone? Oh my God, what's going on? Okay, the laptops. Hello, Carl. How are you doing? I don't know if that was you waiting. I got two more now. So three people out there. One comment. I'm having trouble with my laptop for some stupid reason. Oh my God, now. Okay. Oh, I can't believe this. Okay, my laptop's just not responding for some freaking reason. Oh, I hate these things. I hate Microsoft anyway. Useless. Useless Microsoft. Hey, Mama Mia, how's it going? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Okay, so. Oh, come on, laptop. You gotta work for me. Oh, great. What's happened here now? Having issues today. Okay, this is taking forever on the laptop here. Anyway, like I was saying, we got a really unusual and interesting show today, and I want to get a bunch of people here first before we get right into it. And I got to get this damn laptop set up. Oh, it's been obnoxiously slow today, really slow. I don't know why. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna restart the laptop. That usually works. Gets it going again. Anyway, sorry, gang. Hugs and kisses to the girls. Okay. One's down there on the floor. Just the other one's in the corner there. Yeah, she's awake. She's awake. Baby's just chilling out. It's actually quite hot in here. Quite warm in here, and it's overcast, but it's very warm. And overcast is sometimes some of the warmest days is when it's overcast. But anyway, yeah, it was actually yesterday. It was stinking hot. It was stinking hot. It was. I'm thinking it was at least 23, 24 degrees. It was really warm. Hello, Dinesh Kumar. Dinesh Kumar. How's it going? Mariliani. Dorian. Wow, it's going by fast. Miriam. Frogs. Triple X. No. Now. Tony. Tony. How's it going? I'm not sure if that's the Tony I'm thinking of, but how's it going today? Yes, Moth Uday. My dogs are super. They're wonderful. Miriam, hi. Wow, going by fast. I'm waiting for my laptop because I can't keep up with these comments on the phone. Hello, everybody. Oh, A message is held for review. Rupesh, how you doing, Rupesh, from India? How's it going? Got a lot of new people I've never seen before today already. Lord of the Onion Rings. I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully it's wow, this I'm having a lot of more troubles today. Rupesh, that's the Indian flag. Okay, that's why it was held for review. I don't know why. Sandra Beasley, how you doing? Oh, you were first there, Sandra. Okay. You were first and you didn't comment, I guess. Oh, Tony, you're from Vietnam, so it's definitely not the person I was thinking of, Tony. Yeah, I'm in Canada. Oh, come on, laptop, hurry up. I'm having troubles here. Anyway, like I was saying, I really good, interesting, unusual day today coming up. But before we get to it, I'd like quite a few people to be showing up here. Quite a few of my regulars, actually. My long-time regulars. Hello, Deborah. How's it going? Glad you could make it. Oh, I don't know. When it rains, it pours, man. Yesterday, anyway, while I'm waiting for my laptop to kick in and everything and get back to normal. Um, Yesterday I was having. Oh, you're welcome, Deborah. Yesterday I was having a terrible, terrible day. You know, some days you just have the worst days of your life, kind of thing. Oh, come on, laptop, do something. There we go. We couldn't complete the updates. Don't turn off your computer. So I'm having. Hello, Cheryl. How are you doing? How's it going? I got my hands full right now. I have to go on my phone to comment. Oh, okay. You watch me on the telly, but you have to comment on your phone. Yeah, it's kind of typical with this technology, new technology, isn't it? But anyway, I had a horrible day yesterday. It was like about 4 days ago I started getting this again, and it was just wiping me out. I was getting like sinus problems and headaches and fevers, and oh, it was just annoying as heck. Oh, thanks, Tony. Thank you. Um, and where are we here? Okay. So I'm still getting this laptop. It should have already been done. I thought I was on top of it. Marilini, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry about that. Mariliani, Mariliani, I think maybe. I'm from Canada. I'm in British Columbia, Canada. Here we go now. Let's see what we can do here. You know what I hate about laptops is sometimes on the icons when you first get your first page there and you hit the icons, you got to tap twice, and then after that you only tap once. It's like, why not just do it the same way all the way through? Anyway, I was having a terrible day. Like, you know when you're really sick and you just can't do anything, and everything you do um, frustrates you and angers you, makes you miserable and angers like anger. You get really angry and upset when trying to do some of the simplest things because you're so ill and you don't want to. Yesterday I had to go put some more stuff into my storage locker and that I've got, and and it was super hot and stinking hot, like I was saying, and I just did not want to be doing that time. Well, come on. Oh, something's going on with this now. Wow. Crazy. Laptops are stupid. I wish I could do all of it on my phone, but there's some things I need the laptop for. Here we go. This might just work. This might just work. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Mariliani. Sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing these things. Okay, here we go, I think. Yeah, okay. There, that's better. Now we got something going on here. So far it doesn't look like I've missed anything on the comments, so that's good. They were whizzing by there. So anyway, yeah, I was having a miserable day. Everything was going wrong. That could go wrong. It was just horrifying, and I felt like crap. I didn't want to do anything, and I was getting angry, and it wasn't good. But I had to deal with it. Um, anyway, on top of that, when I was moving stuff around to the storage locker, yes, Deborah, very humid, very humid. Well, yesterday it wasn't so humid. It was just stinking hot with a bright sun. Today it's overcast, and it's because it's overcast. Yeah, it gets really humid when it's overcast, warm and humid. Yeah, and I'm almost sweating. I got all my windows open. I don't have the door open because the dogs will run out there. It could be detrimental and stuff. So I got to watch that. And also, I don't want any more flies coming in here. The mosquitoes and flies are insane around here. Mosquitoes are usually out, they're not out right now, but the flies are everywhere. So they just annoy me. But anyway, yeah, so I had just a horrible day, and this thing was going nuts. There's another abscess. In the last year, I've had almost 20 abscesses on my body. I'm sure a lot of you are going to remember back, a little more than a year ago, I guess it was. I get really bad one on my nose, and I was getting them everywhere, under my armpits and up my legs and stuff, and it's just crazy. And this is another one. And it didn't get as bad as the other one where I had to go in and get antibiotics and stuff like that, but it was sore enough. But I got some special cream in that and put on there that my friends told me about. And well, actually, one friend sent it to me. And anyway, it works. It kind of dries them out. And yeah, yes, Maralieni, Canada is very cool for the most part, except for the premier we got right now, the prime minister. Other than that, Canada's awesome. Oh, you can't see the comments that I'm reading there, Deborah? I don't know why, but that would be on your end because I can see them all. I got the laptop and everything. And before I miss it, 90 degrees Fahrenheit in Alabama, Carl says. Holy crap, 90 degrees. That's hot. That's 30 Celsius. That is really hot. And it wasn't quite that hot here, but it was really stifling kind of thing. But 90 degrees, that gets anything past like about 78 to 80 degrees and beyond that is really crazy. And Mama Mia should know all about that because where she lives, it gets super hot. I think it gets up to 140 degrees, 130, 140 at times, I think. Oh, thank you, Maralieni. There's a lot of motorbikes out here all of a sudden, like everywhere this past week and that. They are everywhere making noise, so I hope it doesn't disturb the sound. Hope everyone can hear me well. I've actually just got my phone leaning up against against my toilet paper because I had it leaning up against my mug, but I got to drink my tea, so I had to use my toilet paper. Hey, euphoric granny, Lori, how you doing? You made it. That's great. Excellent. Excellent. So we got a few people here. So anyway, yeah, my day was just horrifying yesterday and bad and everything. Oh, and on top of everything, while I was moving stuff around in the storage, I dropped some really heavy piece of equipment on my toe, and I swear to God it's broken or something, but it was painful as hell. And yeah, it's all swollen up like badly, like it's huge, and it's all purple and red and stuff, and oh my, it looks horrible, and it's hard to walk right now. But yeah, among everything I did yesterday was problematic, and it was frustrating, and it was really pissing me off, and then I dropped it on my toe, and I couldn't walk, and the rest of the day was it was just a nightmare gong. So I haven't had hey. Okay, come on, come on, come on, get up, come on, leave it alone. people out there, possibly their doggies. But yeah, it was one of the worst days you can possibly imagine. That was my day yesterday. It was horrifying, horrifying. Yes, that's not good, Lori. It's not good. It was pretty bad. Oh, Maralieni. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm 69 years young, um, pushing 70 right now. Just so you know. But yeah, it was very very nasty day. I'm glad it's over now. And also on top of this, this was kind of at its peak kind of thing, and it was just I was getting brain fog. I was getting headaches, sore neck and stiff neck, and I had felt feverish and everything. Felt like I was trying to fight off a really bad cold or flu or something. It was just really nasty, and this was at its worst. Like I was saying, but I took that cream out and I spread it all over. And actually today I don't feel too bad. There's no pain anymore. Like I couldn't do this yesterday at all, but no pain now, and it's clearing up. But it was pretty bad. You can see it actually started to come right through my skin there, like a pimple or something like that. It was it's nuts. Anyway, I hope I don't ever have any more of these. This is crazy. But so everything coming together and was nasty and terrible yesterday. I just didn't want to do anything. I had to do it. Holy cow. I don't know if you can hear it loud here, but it's hard on my ears when they do that. No, I didn't know who you were. Sarah. You're the girl called Sarah. I don't know you. You're obviously a new viewer anyway. We have a good community here, so everyone keep it clean. Oh, thanks, Lori. I'm a young man. I think you need glasses. I'm not a young man. I'm 69. Well, I can't remember what your age is, but I'm not actually asking. But maybe you're older than me. I can't remember. I know you told me once. Well, thanks for the compliment though about being wise and educated and all that. That's such a nice compliment. I like to think I'm at least somewhat intelligent. I'm leaning into the phone, into the laptop here now. Hey, John, how's it going? I'm glad you could make it, John. I will remember you, Sarah. Yes, I will. Oh, Sandra, it sounds like you had a day like mine at whenever that was. Like mine yesterday. Yeah, crazy, eh? Abscesses are not fun. Cysts and abscesses, not fun. And then you smash your toe or something. Oh, there you go. Okay, Lori. Um, I don't know why you call me a young man, but thank you. Oh, right. Okay, you're Sarah. Your friend is Mama Mia. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting comments going by pretty quick, so I'm trying to keep up with them. So anyway, we got a good group of people here so far. I know we're missing a few, like Billy T, and can't think of anyone else's names. I'm terrible with names, so um, we got a good group of people here. So anyway, after went through all that crap, I came home. I chilled out for a while, drank some tea and stuff, and put some cream on my nose and all that, and took some medications, painkillers, and everything. And I made dinner for the girls, and I made dinner for myself, and we ate, and then I relaxed for a bit, and then I had to go out and visit my friend out on the orchard. Um, so it was really quite interesting. There's a lot of interesting questions in that today. Yeah, I don't know where Billy T is, Lori. I'm not sure. He'll be around, I'm sure. He usually shows up. He's got the wrench too, so um, no Mara Lieni, I do not have a girlfriend. I haven't had a girlfriend for mega years, and I don't really have the time and energy for it because I got to take care of my two little dogs, and that's a handful in itself. Well, only because I'm disabled and medically. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's where that went. Okay, interesting. That's part of the interesting, unusual thing coming up. Thanks, baby. Get your toy and get up here. Get your toy and get up. Get it. Get your toy and get up. Okay, I'll get it in a minute. I got to talk to my friends here, so leave me alone, baby. uh, Good thing they don't understand what I'm saying. Anyway, so yeah, so after dinner, I wasn't feeling too bad. I mean, I was managing to get through, but I could barely walk with my foot and my toe and that. And oh, thank you, Mara Lieni. Another wonderful comment. It's always nice. I don't always think of myself the way you guys think of myself, so it's nice to hear good comments and compliments. So yeah, so I got myself together after dinner and drove out to my friend's place on the orchard, and we're there, and he goes, "Come over here, check this out." So I go around the barn or building or whatever it was, and there's a nest there, and it's got four little baby birds in it, little baby magpies, and he said he's been watching it for a couple of days or something, or at least for a full day and that, and he never saw any mama magpie or any adult magpies coming by to check on the birds, feed the birds, or anything like that. And then the next day, like yesterday when I showed up, um, I went out and looked at them. I thought they were cute and everything, but I checked on them like at least a half a dozen times. I'd go and kind of stick my head around the corner and quietly look and see if any mama birds or anything. But apparently nobody's been there feeding them for some days now. Just a second. You might not hear them, but it hurts my ears. The motorbikes. The one and only Nicole. How you doing? Glad you could make it. Glad you could make it. So um, I'm just trying to catch up here. Actually, no, I don't really care. I don't mind sushi much, but I'm not a big fan of the rice with it. What I like is sashimi. I just like the raw fish, especially raw sockeye salmon. Oh my God, and bluefin tuna, yellowfin tuna. Oh, I love that. I love that, especially the salmon. That's my favorite sashimi. I don't know. It's something with the combination of the fish and stuff, and the seaweed and the rice itself. It just doesn't sit well with me. And I mean, I'll eat it and I'll enjoy it. It's not bad or anything. It's just I just prefer the raw fish. I love sashimi, and I go to the sashimi bar. I used to anyway. I haven't done it in a long, long time, but I just go to the sashimi bar, just sit there and eat raw fish all day with possibly a gomae salad, the spinach salad, and oh, what's that? I can't remember the name of it. It's a little kind of noodly soup and stuff, and yeah, just eat a bunch of raw fish. It's good. uh, so just catch up. Good. Don't know why you retracted your statement, but it's all good. But anyway, back to the story. So I went around. I saw these little baby magpies there, and apparently for a number of days or so, whatever length of time it was, um, there was no mama birds or parent birds coming by to feed them and that. And he was worried about them getting eaten by some kind of maybe a marmot or some kind of other animal, or maybe a raven, or what do you call those, eagles or something like that, or hawks. They got a lot of hawks out there too, and vultures as well. So anyway, we're kind of worried about them. So the interesting thing was that, oh wait, do not go anywhere. You'll see in a second. I'm laughing. So my buddy says, got to take care of them. So he goes inside his house. He's got this little plastic terrarium kind of thing, and he puts some paper towels down in it, and a little hand towel wraps it around in a circle kind of thing, and puts the baby magpies in the terrarium, and says, "Okay, we gotta go get them some food or something." And I just said, "Yeah, you can always buy fishing worms. I know they'll eat worms." And so he said, "Yeah, that's what we're gonna do." So we drove all the way into town to pick up a couple of packs of fishing worms. That's these styrofoam packs. A lot of you might recognize those styrofoam pack of fishing worms. Well, that's cool. Lori, you're watching a baby seagull nesting in a chimney on the house across the street. That's cool. So you'll appreciate this as well as everyone else too. So anyway, we're driving down into the town and going to get these worms, and we end up at the gas station. And I guess apparently on the way in, he said something to me, and I didn't hear it or whatever. But I just assumed because he went and got the terrarium, he put all the paper towel and the towel in there, and then we all jumped in his car and ran in to get the fishing worms at the gas station. And whatever he said on the way back, I missed it. And anyway, we get back, and he goes, "Okay, here," and he hands me the fishing worms. And he goes, "Here, take these things and get out of here, go home." Not quite like that, but it was almost like that. And I was like, wait a minute. You went to all the trouble to get the little terrarium and put everything in it and then drive us down to get the worms and everything. I thought you were going to take care of them." And he goes, "No, I'm not going to take care of them. You are." He said, "I told you that in the drive down." And I said, "I didn't hear it because you're talking into this ear and I can't hear." Anyway, so he sent me home with these birds. It's crazy, eh? Crazy. So anyway, that's the unusual and unique and interesting show we got today, live show. Um, so that's what happened. So check this out. You got to check this out. So here we go. Oh, looks like somebody's hungry again. Little baby magpies. Little baby magpies. Yeah, cool, eh? 4 little magpies. They are like really young, really young. I hope you can see that. I can't tell when I'm facing the camera phone that way. I hope you got a good shot of that. But yeah, so now I'm trying to take care of 4 baby magpies and my 2 little girls and myself. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So that's what's going on. I got and I've been chopping up the worms. Because a full worm is kind of big and a little bit big, but also when they're a full live worm, they wiggle and squiggle so much it's hard to feed the birds. So I chop them in pieces, and then it's still the worms are like slippery and slimy and that, and they're hard to they slip out of my fingers and stuff. It's hard to get them down into the birds' throats. So I was actually researching this all night long. That's interesting, Lori. That's cool. The, you're laughing because the fishermen on the pier have been doing the exact same things with the little baby seagulls, eh? Interesting. Instead of catching fish, they're giving their worms to the seagull babies. That's cool. Yeah, and apparently these ones here make great pets. Like I was online, and it's amazing how many people have them as pets or just have them really friendly magpies in their neighborhood, and and yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Like I've got my hands full with my life and taking care of my dogs and that, and it's actually a lot of work here to keep up on top of it. Oh, somebody's hungry. Wait a minute. I got to get a piece of worm here. Yeah, they're all hungry again. Can I get in there? There we go. One more. Oh, that was my juice. Ah. There we go. Oh, they each got a bite there. So yeah, I did a bunch of research on them last night and everything like that. And apparently you got to try and feed them roughly every 45 minutes when they're this young. And then as they get older, it stretches out more to every 2 hours. And then after that, once they start learning how to fly and stuff, then they can actually go out and hunt their own food and that. But I got to go down to the pet store or feed store or something and see about finding some mealworms or grubs, crickets and other insects, because they'll be a lot easier to actually feed. They're not as slimy and wiggly and stuff as the worms are. They're really hard to get them into their mouth and that. Yeah, they are really cute. They're very cute. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, what I'm supposed to do in that. But so after going online, I checked, and then, exactly what I'm doing is good to go and stuff. So yeah, so every 45 minutes I just check and that. And sometimes I'll go there, like, how when you're trying to talk to animals and you make these silly little baby sounds or whatever, like let's say it's a deer or some other animal and you're trying to coax it or talk to it or whatever, and you make these crazy little baby sounds. So I was going over the tub here and I was making little sounds and stuff, and here we go. You hungry? There you go. Wow, they're hungry. I gotta chop up some more food. They're really hungry right now. Sorry about that. Okay. This is really tricky to do. Okay. There we go. Okay, we get ready. Anyway, I was trying to make these sounds to see if they're hungry or not. I certainly do have my hands full, Cheryl. Yes. Oh, you still have 5 kittens. Wow. And the other 3 cats. Wow, you got your hands full. Wow. But yeah, this is actually a handful, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I was considering taking them. There's a place in the Soyuz. It's sort of like a wildlife society or something like that. I can't remember the actual title or anything like that, but it's not like a humane society or SPCA or anything. It's a different one. So I think it's geared specifically for this purpose. So I was thinking I might end up taking them to somewhere like that, and checking them out, making sure it's a good place and they know exactly what they're doing to raise them and take care of them, and and stuff like that. Or just trying to keep them and raise them myself. I don't know. It's a real hard decision right now, but so far I'm going to feed them and take care of them until I figure something out, which will be interesting. Anyway, Glenn, how are you doing, Glenn? Whoops. How's it going, Glenn? Yeah, happy feeding the little ones. Now I got 4 more mouths to feed. Thank you for the compliments, Mara Lieni. So many compliments from everybody. Yeah, Sandra, that's exactly what my friend said. Use tweezers. Yeah, and I've actually got, these are actually hospital medical tweezers here. And that would be a little easier. These worms are trying to crawl away on me. But anyway, yeah, Sandra, they probably would be better off at the sanctuary. I don't know, but I mean, I'm not. I'm going to be doing exactly what they would be doing. So that wouldn't change that probably, but they have probably better cages and setup and everything. More. More of a better setup for the birds there, and a larger area in that where they can deal with and stuff like that. So yeah, it's hard to say at this moment, but I'm going to see. Like I said, I'm going to go down the pet store and the feed store, see if I can pick up some mealworms, grubs, or whatever, any insects and stuff like that. Okay, Marilieni, you have to go. We'll catch you next time. It was awesome for you to show up and hang out with us today. So have a great afternoon. Yeah, Lori, I'll probably definitely keep you posted on some of my regular videos as well, just to let you know how things are going, of course. Maybe not every video, but, you know, every once in a while or something. So, you get a good heads up of what's going on. Yeah, thanks, Carl. Kent's going to be a good daddy for them. Yeah. So anyway, what I tried to do is I would go like over top of this, like here, and I'd make these noises. Oh, 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 there's one's hungry. Ah! Come on, get it in there. Swallow. Here. There you go. There you go. Ah, that's another thing too. Sorry, hang on. Get that, get that, get that, get that. Oh, I missed it. This is tricky. Ah! Ah! They're pretty well fed, but that's the thing is you feed them a worm and within 30 seconds or less, they're pooping and they poop everywhere. They're really poopy. So I got to clean it constantly. I do a live stream every Sunday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Marilieni. That's a tough one to say. So just so you know, it's every Sunday at the same time, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time for my lives. So you enjoy your afternoon, and I'm sure we'll catch you on another live. Anyway, I have to actually. I'll see if I can show you this. I don't know if I can. It's not that easy. I broke one of my gimbals, the little tripod things. It was a cheap one. It didn't matter. I broke it, so I'm just leaning my phone up against everything. So anyway, I got to take them out of here. And take this paper towel out. So basically what I'm doing is I usually clean it up with toilet paper, but there's the paper towel inside there and they poop all over that. So I'm apparently going to go through a lot of toilet paper and a lot of paper towel and probably hand towels too, because when they poop on those they got to go into the laundry. But so now I got to get some more paper towel. It's almost insane the amount of times they poop. every time I feed them a worm or anything, like I said, within 30 seconds they're pooping. And it's actually a little bit gross. There they are there. So anyway, I was trying to make noises to see if they're hungry and wanted to eat, and I'd make all these weird baby silly noises and stuff like everyone does when they're around an animal of any kind, and they didn't seem to be hungry or nothing. The worms are getting away, and like they weren't opening their mouths and chirping and cheeping and all that stuff. So so I thought I'd try and sound like a bird. And so I just went, oh, oh. As soon as I do that, every one of their little mouths come open. But that's the only noise. Oh, oh. Here you go. Get a worm. Come on, quit moving.
Ah!
That's the only noise that they actually
Ah!
respond to. I don't know. Can you hear them? Can you hear them chirping and cheeping and asking for food? Oh man, I just changed that paper. Oh my god. There. Now I need the toilet paper. Where'd it go? Oh, it's holding my phone up. Yeah, I gotta clean it constantly, Lori. And they are cute though. They are cute. I just want to clean it up so they're not rolling it and everything. And so far it's been working out pretty good. But this is a full-time job. But they're well fed anyway, so they're healthy enough. They're getting enough food and nutrition that they're going to be healthy, and they're active when they're awake and everything. So it's really interesting. So, oh, you're Marilieni. I thought you were gone, but you're from Belgium. Awesome. I think you're the first one from Belgium that I've seen so far. Anyway, I don't remember anyone else from Belgium, but that's cool. I'm not sure what Point Disappointed is. Did I watch Point Disappointed? I don't. I no. That doesn't even ring a bell with me. But anyway, that's what I do. Is I sound like a mummy magpie, I guess, when I do that, because all their heads come up and their mouths go open, and I feed them and that, um, and then just go from there. So, so basically, yeah, that's that was my day yesterday. It was a nightmare and that, and then I ended up with 4 little birds that I don't know what to do with. But I'm keeping them healthy and alive and everything, and they're definitely doing well. And it's warm enough in here. They don't really have their feathers yet, so you got to keep them a little warmer than normal. So right now, but a cool thing is like I was thinking, I got to feed them every 45 minutes, check them and that every 45 minutes. I'll never get any sleep, right? But I didn't realize it. I put them down on the floor last night and just waited to, lay down and try and go to sleep, and waited to see if they might have make some noise, wake me up and that for feeding and stuff. But apparently, I guess all animals, critters, and birds and that, they sleep through the night. So yeah, they just slept basically all night long, and then I got up in the morning fairly early, and they started chirping again. So then I just started feeding them from there. So uh, yeah, it looks like they're gonna generally sleep through the night. That won't be a problem. I can get my sleep too, and then still feed them and take care of them. But that's I thought this would be a cool, interesting, unusual live show for that reason. Oh, that's a good question. Actually, the girls are actually fine with them. They're really nosy and curious in that. They at first they wanted to stick their head in and look at them and sniff them and stuff like that. And I just made sure they didn't get too close, but they're fine with them. Just really curious about it. And in the end, if I happen to do keep them and take care of them and raise them, they actually would become very good friends. Because I've seen it. Like I said, I was researching all night online, and I saw how they interact with animals, dogs and cats and other pets and stuff. There's 4 of them. 4 of them, Lori. 4 of them there. This one wants something. Oh, there's no. I gotta cut one up. I gotta cut one up. Oh, that one too. Yeah, they seem to get really hungry, and I've gone through 2 boxes of worms since yesterday. until this morning. And this is the third box I just picked up this morning, just before I went live. And it's going to be gone within an hour or so. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to have to go up and find out some proper stuff for them. Come on. There you go. You want more? You want more? There you go. There you go. That one's taken care of. Yeah, there's 4 little birds in here. 4 little guys. Well, you can't really see it that well. I'll just show you again this way. There we go. Yeah, they're kind of almost ugly looking in a sense because they got no feathers and just all skin. I wouldn't say ugly really, but they're not cute looking like when they got feathers. So yeah, so that's was my day yesterday. It was a nightmare, and then I had dinner and stuff, and then went out and ended up coming home with birds. So I thought you'd find that cool. Just trying to keep up with my comments on the laptop here. So anyway, they're what is it? Oh, I knew I was gonna forget. I knew I was gonna. I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong or something, but they're basically magpies are from the family Clovidae, I think it is Clovidae, and from the genus Pica, and that's what they figure where their name came from. The pie is because Pica is Latin, and the French for that is pie. So, and another interesting thing too is it was back in the Old English times. They would name birds interesting things like Robin Redbreast or Jenny Wren, and they also originally they called these magpies, they called them Maggie Pie, and you know they have the sort of nicknames for them, and that's so magpie just kind of stuck after a while, and that so yes, I was just getting to that, Glenn. Thank you. I was actually just getting to that. Now, apparently, magpies do talk a lot, and apparently they can learn a lot more words than any other bird out there, including parrots and ravens and all that kind of stuff. If you actually just go on go onto YouTube and then hit search and just punch in magpie, you're going to get a ton of videos about magpies, and there's quite a number of short ones there, like between 1 minute to maybe 5 minutes, about all these people that have talking magpies, and man, can they talk up a storm. And they're kind of like, they're really talkative, so I guess they could eventually get annoying to some degree, and they're really, really playful too. There's one video I watched. It was an old guy, and he has this pet magpie. He acquired it somehow, I don't know how, but the magpie comes and wants to play with him all the time, and he picks it up and kind of sort of shakes it, and it almost sounds bad, but he kind of shakes it in a playful way, and it loves that. And then when he puts it down, it runs back and says, "Hey, more." Well, he doesn't actually say that, but you could tell that's what he wants. But yeah, they say hello and goodbye, and I mean, it depends on what they hear and what you talk to them about and stuff. It doesn't matter. One of them was saying his own name, his name was George, and he kept saying something like "George is good" or something. But yeah, they're one of the most talkative birds, and they'll learn a lot of words if you talk to them and teach them and stuff like that. Oh, Gloria. Hey, Gloria, how's it going? You made it. Yeah, they actually do mock people. That's right, Lori. Uh, and they got these weird characters, and sometimes I saw some of them talking to the birds, and they were trying to get them to say a certain word, and they'd say a different word, and the person would say, "Yeah, they play games with you and stuff like that." And and then it would finally say the word she wanted, but after the fact, and it was, you could tell the bird was smart and was actually goofing around with that person and teasing them, kind of thing. But it was cool. But you have an abscess. You have abscesses on your spine. Oh, that would suck. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, there's another piece of worm. I'm sorry to hear that, Gloria. Because abscesses really suck badly, no matter where they are in your body. But when you can't actually reach them yourself, that's not would not be fun at all. So I feel for you. Mine were on my legs and my armpits and different areas and on my nose and that, but never where I couldn't reach them. But on top of that, you must have problems sleeping at night if you have to lie on your back at all, because that would not be fun and probably be quite painful and stuff. So I really feel for you there, Gloria. Uh, Makes me feel better. You know when you feeling crappy, you got some medical thing, or you're just not well or whatever, and then you're feeling kind of bad for yourself, and then someone else either comes along or you hear about someone else in a worse condition, and it makes you actually feel better, about yourself and your condition. So yeah, yeah, I totally feel for you, Gloria. Gloria, abscesses are not fun. That's exactly right, Glenn. You got to watch. You can't say any curse words around these birds because they'll pick that up too, and then they'll go around saying it when your friends and neighbors and strangers come around. Yeah, I've seen that before actually with parrots. They say curse words. Yeah, yeah, I thought that would be really painful, Gloria. Yeah, and yeah, eventually they drain and that, but sometimes it takes a while. Actually, with some of the ones I had on my legs right after I was burned alive and I was in the hospital there, and basically my legs were starting to heal up, and I left the hospital. I actually had to help drain them myself by squeezing them and stuff, and that was painful too. Because if I didn't do that, then they were getting worse and they would infect. So I had to soak them down with things like isopropanol or what's the other one? I want to say hydrogen peroxide, but it's not that. But anyway, I had to soak them down and disinfect them and that, and I could squeeze them out and stuff, and then put some cream on them so they would stay moist and not dry out and then heal over and then get bad again. Yeah, it's a pain. But eventually we do heal, don't we, Gloria? That's exactly right, Lori. Yeah. They, crows and ravens are like that too, and some other birds, I guess, too. But yeah, the magpies, they love to steal shiny little things like coins and jewelry and anything that's shiny and what they think is playful and stuff, and they'll collect them and bring them home and stuff. It's really crazy. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the abscesses, Lori. Is you're draining out the poisons and stuff. Is basically what it is an abscess or cyst is like toxins and things your body doesn't want comes out of you in certain ways, and the standard ways is through your sweat, your urine, and your feces and stuff like that. That's the standard way the toxins come out of your body. But there's some toxins that don't come out of your body that way. They have to come out a different way, and that's where abscesses and cysts come in. Is they can basically come out your skin, and I actually found that out when I was burned in the hospital, and it's what they told me about that. The proteins and stuff and toxins and everything can come out your skin as opposed to coming out through your sweat glands and those other two ways I mentioned, which is standard process for a healthy person, I guess. Um, and that's what happens. It builds up and it has to come out your skin in whatever part of the body um, it's in, I guess. But that's what we're doing, yeah. So anyway, I'm still not 100%, but I'm feeling better. This is all cleared up. It doesn't hurt anymore, and I don't have as much brain fog and sinus and fever and all that today. I'm actually feeling awake, and pretty decent, but I still have my regular Crohn's, and which on top of, you got the Crohn's is bad enough, and then you get this other crap on top of it. It just goes nuts. But my back has been really bothering me lately, especially my lower back. It's um, just annoying, but today it's still a little bit. So I'm just kind of a little bit of discomfort here and there, but I'm actually doing better than I have been for the previous 4 days. So thank God for that. Mm. That's another thing too. Is I actually stopped drinking coffee a week ago. I think 6 days ago, pretty much. And I don't know, but my buddy said when I told him yesterday, I sent him a text, or he had text me. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he said maybe I was going through withdrawals from coffee, and I used to drink a lot of coffee. And I've heard of that actually, that when you suddenly stop drinking coffee and you're really hardcore into the coffee, you can have withdrawals. And all of the symptoms of the coffee withdrawals are pretty much the same stuff I was going through yesterday, including the anger and stuff like that. Well, I thought someone was saying something to me. Yeah, it, Carl, it could be um, caused by something I've foraged, but I haven't actually eaten any greens in quite some time now. Um, I haven't even drank my those wild herbal teas yet. I've just been drinking regular tea and the herbal teas you buy at the store, like licorice tea and different things like that, green tea. Um, but I haven't actually had any foraged foods. I haven't had any asparagus for a long time, because I know asparagus really did it to me before. Because as soon as I was eating lots of asparagus because it was on sale, and I love it, I just love it. And I was having the problem, and then as soon as I stopped eating asparagus, it went away and didn't come back again until now. But yeah, I'm I don't know 100% for sure, but I'm suspecting that fiddleheads also have a certain amount of these oxalates or oxalites in them, and that's what it's the oxalates that cause these problems. Um, you can't eat the, you got to eat them in smaller quantities, kind of deal. And some people, I guess, are more susceptible to them. And with my Crohn's and that, my immune system is compromised, and everything's compromised, my intestines, all that. So, um, and I don't absorb nutrients properly enough, and that kind of stuff. So, um, with a body that's run down like mine is, and in a compromised situation, I guess these kind of chemicals in plants can affect you more readily, and that's what it seems. But yeah, I was actually trying not to eat very many greens and that, just eat the basics. That that I know that when I eat a sort of a basic diet, I never have those kind of problems. So I was sticking to that. And but then the only thing I'd done in the meantime was I stopped drinking coffee. And maybe my body went into shock. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to tell and say. Oh, thanks for the prayer, euphoric, Lori. You've been in church all morning. Yeah, I'm in church all the time. I mean, that's the whole message that I got from the book, and I know it's the truth. And everyone out there that I know is into it um, uh, confirms that you don't need to be in an actual building church to actually commune with God, Jesus, and connect. Um, I believe Jesus even said that himself. So I feel like I'm in church every day anyway, kind of deal. As long as I focus and I think and I communicate, and pray and stuff. Those are cute names. I gotta get this closer because it's harder to read. That's cute, Cheryl. So you still haven't found homes for the kittens yet? Well, it could happen. It's hard to say. You know, it might just suddenly happen. But like you said, you might just have to keep them. And the fact that you already named them is problematic. There, I don't think you're gonna let them go now. Once you start naming them, it's like no, they're not going anywhere. But those are cute. Scout, Squirt, Wilbur, Daisy, and Pepper. Those are cute names. I was actually thinking earlier, when I was walking the dogs earlier this morning, I was thinking of these little birds here, and I was thinking of names for them. And what did I come up with? Pim, Lim, uh, Pim, Lim, something, and Tim. Pim, Lim. Now I can't remember. I had it in my head. I kept repeating it. Now I can't remember. But yeah, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to name them. Then I would become more possessive of them, and it'd be harder to let them go. But it's interesting. No, Glenn. Unfortunately, nothing's changed with the hearing in this ear. This one works fine, but nothing has changed. And apparently, um, what has probably happened is I got an ear infection like over a year ago there when my ear went out. And apparently, the ear infection or sinus infection or even both, it could be a combination of both, but most of the time I think it's an ear infection, but they can stay with you a very long time, apparently, years, apparently. Unless you deal with it. But I was taking antibiotics and stuff, and I was using this stuff called Flonase and that, trying to clear it up. And I did that for the longest time, spent a few $100s on that stuff. And it still hasn't cleared up my ears, so I was hoping coming out here into this really, really dry climate would actually clear up my sinuses a lot and hopefully my ear infection or whatever's going on there. And so far it hasn't. But ever since I got here my body felt the dryness out here and it was reacting to it. I hear little things going on in my ear, like it seems like it wants to clear up and it wants to pop or open up and get my hearing back again. But hopefully in time it will happen. Yeah, I love fiddleheads too, but like I said, I'm sure they got oxalates in too, so I got to be careful with them. And back there when I was foraging them back in the early spring on Vancouver Island there, the last video I did on them, I ate a whole bunch of them, but I didn't seem to find any issue with them. But I only had them, I think, 2 or 3 days, and then I just stopped because I wanted to keep that stuff down as much as I could. But yeah, apparently like asparagus is somewhat notorious for having the oxalates and can create problems in some people. Yeah, I eat a lot of fresh. Well, I don't eat a lot, but I eat fresh fruit. I try to eat some fresh fruit every day, and that, and yeah, and just stay away from the greens and stuff. And so far, other than this happening, uh, I haven't had any issues since I stopped the greens and especially the wild foraged greens and stuff. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That's like going back to childhood, Lori. Heckle and Jekyll. I used to love watching Heckle and Jekyll, but I think they were crows. They could be magpies. I don't know. I thought they were all black, so that would make me think they were crows, but I don't know. I have to go back and watch it. I'm sure they tell you what they are, but they sure talked a lot like magpies. That was a cute cartoon. I used to love that one. Oh, something about the immortality of the soul that I was trying to think of last week. Now I can't remember. My memory's so terrible that I even forgot. I was actually going to think about it and write something down, and I totally forgot, and I didn't think of it until you just mentioned it now, Cheryl. Yeah, I don't even know what it was. It was. I still don't know what it was. But way back when, um, uh, even according to Julius Caesar in 55, 54, 55 BC, when he was dealing with the Druids and the Druids are actually um, the blood relatives of the lost sheep, the 10 tribes of Israel. They're all brothers in that, and a lot of people have a completely wrong idea of who the Druids are and what they were about and everything like that. They got a lot of nasty stories about them too, about blood sacrifices, killing humans, and that. It was absolutely untrue. They were they were on the planet at the time, right back as far as Abraham. They go back that far, as far even further back than Abraham himself, and they were both patriarchal tribes. Like Abraham is the patriarch of uh, the Judaic and all the other and the Christian and Islamic religion. He's the patriarch, and the Druids had the exact same thing, and they actually interacted back and forth because they traveled back and forth all the time. Anyway, they all believed in the immortality of the soul. Even the Judaic books are still full of information about the immortality of the soul, including reincarnation and the karmic effects of that. It's all in there. It's been around for a long, long time. It's just ever since the time of Jesus, that's when it all dropped off and people kind of forgot about it. It wasn't taught and everything, but it was taught right up until the time of Jesus. Jesus taught it himself too, but it's all about the immortality of the soul, and this is just a stopping over point in this physical form that we're in, and we're actually the real world, the real life is up there somewhere, and this is just a passing thing in the physical form here. That's about all I can remember right now. I can't remember anything that was specific, but at the time it seemed important, and I was annoyed because I couldn't remember. uh, anyway, yesterday I was feeling so crappy, and I was thinking today I'm just it's going to be a simple show today, nothing serious. I told myself I wasn't going to be doing any singing because I wasn't in the mood and all that kind of crap. But I actually today I do feel quite a bit better. I'm not 100% yet, but I do feel quite a bit better. So who knows? We might get into that. So the girls are both awfully quiet. The birds are quiet. Everybody's quiet except me. Oh, there she is. That one's on the floor trying to. It's warm in here, so she's trying to get on the cool floor. And that one just hangs out. Right, Angel? What you doing? As soon as you any interest in her, she comes up. All right, here we go. Who wants a song? You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, so I hung my head down and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. There we go. I actually really did not. Oops. I wonder. Oh, my worms are getting away. They're crawling across my counter. Worms. Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't think I was going to do anything in today, but apparently I'm feeling a little better. Yeah, those girls are wonderful, aren't they, Cheryl? Yeah, they're so beautiful. So there's that. Uh, I'm not necessarily. I didn't write anything down. Like I said, I've been having a problem for 4 days with my health and that, and I've been run down and just, just not myself and not well and not on my feet a lot and feeling pretty darn rough. So I never took the time to write anything down. I actually finished that last video there with the, I guess it was the foraging by the lake up there. And I think it was the day after that that things started to go down south, and I just haven't been able to keep up with anything except feeding my girls and me and trying to stay alive, I guess, and well, trying to stay pain free or whatever I could and stuff. So yeah, I didn't write anything down, so I have nothing new. And on top of that, I don't even know where my books are now. Oh, no, they're up there, but they're a mess. They're a mess. They're starting to fall apart, and I haven't got anything in alphabetical order yet, so nothing's easy to find. And yeah, so we'll just see what happens today, and we'll kind of wing it. Holy crap! I just looked, and it's over an hour now. Wow! I could have sworn it'd be 30, 40 minutes, but wow, it's over an hour. Crazy, crazy. Maybe it'll be a short show in a way today, or it'll seem short. Maybe it'll be 2, 3 hours, and before I know it, and then we'll have to quit. You never know. You never know. Whoops. But yeah, I had some interesting compliments, I guess, on that last video too. It was some people that usually, I don't want to, I don't want to say they critique. I was gonna tickling throat. Shouldn't have sang. Anyway, I want to say they sort of criticize, but it's not that. They critique, make interesting comments and that. But it's good. It's helpful information. Give me hints and stuff for doing better or doing different or something. Anyway, I got some good compliments on that video. Said it was cool, but I thought it was interesting. I thought, well, I'm done now. What am I going to do? And so I just put the phone on the truck and started to drive away. And I didn't feel like putting any of the canned music in like I have done in the past quite a bit. So it just struck me just to maybe sing a song as I'm driving away from the lake. And apparently that went over well with a couple of people that generally critique me. Really, that's interesting, Carl. Your brother traced your family history back to Moshe, and there was also a Moshe Simpson in your family at one time. Interesting, interesting. That is cool. That's cool. I tried to search my history at one time, and it wasn't working out. That was way back in the late '90s, and ever since then I haven't checked it again. But I'd be interested to know how far my family goes back. Excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Cheryl. Is when I sang that song "Wonderful World" at the end of that video. You liked it, and apparently the other people liked it as well. They had nothing but good things to say about it. It was cool. And I remember your comment that you couldn't get out of your head. I still can't get it out of my head. It keeps plaguing me. It's not a bad thing, but it plagues my brain. And I'll be doing something, and sometimes when you're doing something, you might be humming or something like that, or whistling or that. I just keep humming that song every time I'm. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think I need some more sleep. Yeah, I'm still not 100%. I'm still a little tired, a little run down, but much better than I was. But every now and again I yawn and I'm like, oh, I need a nap. But yeah, I still can't get that out of my head, and I don't know why. And so everything I do, that thing's playing over in my head, and I'm either humming it or whistling it, or sometimes I just start singing it. Oh, there's another one there. Thanks, Glenn. Mr. Tambourine Man. Yeah. Wish I'd have thought of that one before. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. That one. Yeah, that goes way back. I should try that one. I could probably pull that one off. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. But you know what? I guess what the theme song for this show is probably "You Are My Sunshine" because it seems to be the one I do first and foremost every time, even if I don't do anything else. But also, it seems like the "What a Wonderful World" is becoming a bit of a theme song for my show too, because I seem to do them the most. I'm not sure what you mean, Lori, about checking my surroundings when I keep hearing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. I got an idea of what I think you're talking about, but it could be different than what you're really talking about. But yeah, the birds and Tambourine Man, I'll have to, guys, eventually I will get around to probably writing more stuff down and that. I was actually amazed the previous live when I had stuff written down. And I'm sure I got a couple things written down that I haven't actually done yet on the show, only because of circumstance. But I never got around to it. But trying to find anything right now is really difficult. 'Cause, like I say, everything's all over the place, and I have to get another book and just start putting everything in an alphabetical order. But that'll take me a lot of time because I have to write everything down, and it takes a long time. I got two of them here. I don't know. I think I've done one, but not the other. I don't know. I don't know. Uh-oh. Someone's hungry. Where's the worm? Ah! Oh, they're getting hungry again. See? It's every 30 to 45 minutes. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. That's two. Ah! They are hungry. Oh. More poop. More poop. Yeah, I've definitely, sorry people, I've got to deal with this, but definitely got to find a different routine and different feeding plan because the worms are not fun. Apparently, I sound like a mother magpie because as soon as I do that noise, they all just heads are up and their mouths are wide open. It's actually quite interesting. That it's a bit of work and challenging in that, but it is quite interesting and fascinating. And we'll just have to see. Wow, everybody's hungry. Come on, eat it. Oh, come on. Oh, keep your mouth open. Well, I hope you find this entertaining while I'm actually not communicating with you. Wow, they are hungry. Okay, well that went fast. I'm really actually surprised. I didn't see it was going that fast, but like I told you, I went through 24 worms yesterday, 2 boxes, and I just picked one up just like a half an hour before I started my live, and that was a dozen worms, and they're all gone. So we're gonna have to head out to the pet store and see what we can get there, and if not anything there yet, might have to wait till Monday. I don't know, but nothing there. I'll have to keep up with the worms for the time being. Yeah, they do sound sweet, don't they, Lori? That's right, Carl. They're saying worms, Dad, worms. Yeah, Angel, both Angel and Baby actually find it fascinating. Angel's more, I guess she's younger and she's more curious, and she just loves watching me do almost anything. But she finds it fascinating me do this and feed them. I was just reading that. Yeah, Lori, that's a good sounding call for them. It sounds like a mama magpie, eh? Yeah, it just came to me. I thought, well, I got to try and sound like mama. So as soon as I did that, bang, they were all open. Yeah, it's never thought of that, but I guess I am sort of empowering people to love the wildness and wildlife. But yeah. It's good. Oh, that was the other one. Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what, Cheryl? I was gonna get that one, and I think I've forgotten. Yeah, I did forget. I was planning on writing that one down. The CCR song, "Looking Out My Back Door." I love that tune. I love it. Absolutely cool song. And I was planning on it, and I guess I thought I had sat down and wrote it down. I just tambourines and elephants all playing, and won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Doot doot doot. Yeah, I guess I didn't. Oh boy, I'm gonna go through a lot of paper towel and stuff. They're just, as soon as I feed them, poop. Wow. They're all good now, though. They're not sitting in it, which is good. They've had a bite to eat and they're relaxing. So, anyway, yeah, I didn't get around to that, unfortunately. Yes, actually, Glenn, I did. No. Well, there was the wildlife sanctuary I took you on. There's different wildlife there. They had bears and eagles and a bunch of other birds like owls and, well, practically you name it. Northern flickers, crows or ravens, I should say. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of birds there, but it was a wildlife center, and they also had the bear, and they only had the one bear this time, and some other animals and stuff. Yeah, that was the wildlife center. But then I took you to Butterfly World and showed you all the butterflies and that as well. But yeah, I actually forgot about that, Glenn. Thank you. I mean, I've done almost 800 videos now, and it's hard to remember every one of them I've done. That's cool. I'm glad you remembered. I'm glad you thought it was cool and interesting. There we go. I think I caught up. So the previous time, I don't remember. Oh boy! Oh boy! Hey! 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 Here, let me get your toys. Come on. Come on. Come on, get your toys. Come on. Get your toys. Come on, get up. Get up. Get up. Oh. She's playing, she's being obstinate today. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know if it was the last one or the previous one, I can't remember, but I did one song by CCR, and I'm not sure if I've done either of these other two. Interesting. I'm sure you'll remember I did, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Yeah. Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? That one. I did that one at a time. Oh yeah, okay, Cheryl. That's interesting because I should remind everyone right now, at least for the time being until I get up to a certain level. And if you want to help support me and my channel in any way, shape, or form, please don't do the super chats or the super thanks at this moment because I probably won't see it, and because I have to bring everything up to a certain level. And also on those, I only get 74%. So if you want to help support me, especially with raising the birds now, go to PayPal, please, because I'll get 99% of it anyway, which is really good because they only charge 1% processing fee, which, they have to pay for their platform and that. But yeah, if you do want to support us in any way, shape, or form, please, for now, don't use super thanks or through super chats, at least for now anyway. And please go to the PayPal, which is in below most of my videos, in the descriptions below. There's the PayPal, and I forgot, I was going to put my email money transfer address there too, but I haven't got around to that. So for now, it's just a PayPal. But yes, so just so you all know, because it seems to cause confusions with people, and they didn't want to actually go through PayPal because they thought the name was not the same as my name, right? I mean, the only name you know me by is Kent, and that's it. And that's the name I've actually stuck to all my life. I was born with the name Kent, and I've never answered to anything but Kent. And anyway, years down the road, my mom and dad divorced and everything. My mom remarried, and for some reason my mom was into numerology and that, and she's changing everything. Anyway, she convinced me to have my name changed. I was pretty young then. And she convinced me to have my name changed, partly for numerological reasons. They're all convinced that numbers mean absolutely everything. I mean, they do in the universe, but it's a hard one to actually talk about or get into detail about it, because I've studied numerology most of my life, and I still don't know how to predict anything. There's certain people out there that can actually take numbers and predict things, but it's not that simple and easy. I mean, you can look at the numbers after the fact, and it'll make sense to you, but it's really hard to know how to actually predict things. And so anyway, she convinced me, and then one of the things was, it was kind of like I was under sort of family pressure, when they talk about peer pressure, well, under family pressure, that, if she didn't come straight out and say that, but I got the impression that if I didn't change my name and do the things that she was wanting me to do, I was going to get cut out of the will. And when you're really young, that's one of the few things you don't want to hear. So, so I just went along with it and that. And then I've actually been, so that's the name on there, is Kevin Kopic. That's my legal name, but it's not my birth name. My birth name is Michael Kent McCormick. And I've actually, a few times in my life, I've gone to try and get it changed back again to my birth name, because I want to be my birth name before I die. I want to die being the name that my father gave me, basically. And so, like, oh, it's for probably over the last 25 years, I've tried 3 or 4 times to do it. And one thing and other things fell through. Like one of them was money and that. Um, anyway, I never got around to it. But recently, before I left Vancouver Island, I went down there and I filled out all the forms. I applied, and apparently I'm supposed to be getting it in sometime in July. But I didn't want to bring it up or mention anything because I don't want to, you don't want to jinx anything. You know what I mean? Um, so anyway, I just put it out of my mind and just wait till the paperwork comes in and whether they did or didn't, right? Because I don't know. I have some weird luck in my life. I'm not going to say bad. I'm just going to say weird luck in my life. And, you know, strange things do happen to me for some weird reason. So I'm just hoping it all goes through and I will be back to my birth name, which is what I've wanted to be for a very, very long time. Ever since I was about maybe 38, 39, 40 years old or something, it was really important to me to go back to that name. And I finally processed it and I'm just waiting it out. But anyway, yeah, that's the name on my PayPal is Kevin Kopic. That's my legal name. It is me. It's not someone else. And it's not phony or fake or anything. And unfortunately, that's how I had to open up that platform was my legal name instead of just using my name I liked, my birth name. Because on I think on this channel, I think it comes up as Michael Kent McCormick on my Baby and Me Tiny House on Wheels channel for the YouTube. I think that comes up there, and some other platform I think, but that's because I didn't have to use my legal name for those. I could just use whatever I wanted. I mean, I could have come up with a totally different fake name or something, but no, I never go by Kevin. No, I did for a little while there, but that was because it was way back when you know I was kind of still under the family pressure and all that kind of stuff, and then I just dropped it because people would call me and I wouldn't answer, and then they'd turn around and go, "Hey, Kent," and my head's, "Yeah, what do you want?" It's just I just I I was always used to being called Kent, so it's basically the only thing I heard and replied to. So so that's that. So I know it's caused issues before because it was quite a while ago, probably maybe as much as 2 years ago. I don't remember, but somebody else had mentioned that, and they were complaining actually and saying something about something's fake and phony or whatever. I kind of tried to explain it there, but I don't think they got it. But anyway, I mean, in the end, it's on my platform. Anything I put on my platform as a link is going to be real, totally real, and it's not going to be fake or phony or anything because I've put it there and all the links are made by me personally. So that's the only unfortunate thing about that. Um, and I wish I could have changed that a while ago, but as soon as I get um, my forms in and I get back to the name I want to be, I can um, I can just cancel everything. Like I can just change it on everything, including my bank account. See, that's my bank account. It has that legal name on it, and I had to use that. If I use my email money transfer thing, it has to be that name because that's what it is. So once I get it, my driver's license, my bank account, everything will be changed back once I get my paperwork and that, I've been waiting a hell of a long time, and like I was saying, I just didn't want to pass on or die or check out, um, until I had it changed. I want to be the name I want to be, and the name my father gave me, um, basically for the rest of my life now until I'm done. So yeah, it's just about that simple, isn't it, Lori? Kent is my name on YouTube, so I mean that's all you need is Kent. You don't need any more than that. Um, I know there's other Kents out there, but like Kent Survival, he's got a pretty good show. Um, but there's not a lot of them. It's one of the more rarer names, I would say. For my first 40 years, I had run into one other person called Kent. And then about 10 years after that, when I was, yeah, about 50, sometime from 50 to 60, I ran into about 5 or 6 of them, and all in the same general area. And I thought that was really weird, but yeah. But that's the way it is. And I know it's been confusing for people and stuff. For some people, anyway. Other people just, I guess they just realized it was just the way it was or something, and they used it. But anyway, yeah, if you want to help support me, especially with these little birdies and that, because I'm gonna need something, then go to PayPal and don't use the super chat, super thanks for the time being until things build back up to where they were before before they weren't. It's hard to say stuff without saying everything. With that issue about a year and a half ago, with the problem with those other people and stuff, I'm sure a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and that, including my assistant that I had, just kind of ruined things and made things go downhill again. That's no problem, Cheryl. No problem. I'm better late than never. That's what I always say. But yeah, that's no problem. I just appreciate you thinking about it, and I can see how that would be confusing to people, Um, but sometimes what I've done in the past is, if I'm, I don't know, getting some identification, or I'm applying for something, I'll put down Kevin Kent Copic kind of thing. So it's like they see it as my middle name, and then they realize, oh, okay, you just go by Kent all the time. But anyway, yeah, that's cool, Carl. That's fine and dandy. With the mail, it doesn't matter. You can put Jim Bob Bluey on it if you want to, as long as you got the right address. That it'll get through. So, yeah, you can put any name you want on it. But that's good. I actually appreciate that, because that's what I'm trying to get back to, and I'm hoping. Well, I'm pretty convinced that it should go through, no problem. I don't see why it wouldn't. But oh, with the same spelling too, eh, Glenn? Yeah, that's an interesting spelling. It's more Kevin with an A. It's actually, and that was part of the numerology. Like, instead of spelling it Kevin, it's spelled Kevin for a numerological balance to the name. But it's also, what do you call it? What's the place I'm looking at? Oh, I can't even think of the name. It's that particular spelling comes from the. I don't know if it's Croatia or Slovakia or somewhere in. I'm not sure, Hungary. I can't remember, but that's a sort of a European spelling, as far as I understand. As well as, I, someone told me once, that's the way they spell it in the Philippines too. But that's interesting. Yeah, I've uh, I've actually never run across anyone with that same spelling ever. But I don't really search, because I don't really care about the name much. I only did that to basically appease the family and not get cut out of the will. Speaking of being cut out of the will, later on it didn't matter, because my mom hasn't spoken to me in a long time, because I never became a doctor like she wanted to. Hasn't spoken to me in a long time, so I'm probably out of the will anyway, so it doesn't bloody matter. uh, yeah, Lori, everything's getting expensive. Everything. Travel, everything. Gas, propane, food, you name it. Everything is going up and up and up. Too much all the time now. Anyway, I hope that clears that up about my name. There's nothing suspicious about it, and it's all legitimate. And it's just an unfortunate situation that I had to be in, because at times I had to use the legal name to make things happen. Um, and other times I could just use whatever name I wanted to. Oh, oh no, oh no, they're crying, they're crying. There you go. Can you see that? Means I have to go get more worms. They'll be fine though. I mean, I've been feeding them all morning. I mean, I fed them 6 times now, so they'll be fine. I just have to run over when I'm done and grab some worms, more worms and stuff. Yeah, isn't it, Carl? It's crazy how expensive everything is. It's just insane. You know what's interesting is when I was on Vancouver Island, a lot of people say, "Oh, things are more expensive on Vancouver Island because they have to pay for the ferry to ship everything over." And when they come over in the big trucks, it's they pay huge amount of money to bring those trucks across the ferry. Like just to bring my truck and little tiny house and trailer, it cost me $215 when normally just a regular vehicle is $85. So that was quite a bit. But yeah, they say everything's expensive over there. But I got over here and I thought, oh great, I'm going to go get meat and veggies, fruit, whatever, and it'll be cheaper. No, no. I don't know why it is because they're in the interior of BC. Not the, yeah, I guess this is interior, where everything's really easy access and convenient and that. And I went in there and the meat is more expensive. The fruit is generally more expensive, but like when they put a sale on, like let's say mangoes, like they'll have two mangoes for $4, it's $2 each. And that's not a bad deal for good sized mangoes. I'm talking big suckers like this. And that's not a bad price, but I'd prefer they go back a few years and they were $1 each or less. But even still, that's But when they're not on sale, they're like $4 each, and it's like I'm not paying $4 or $5 for a mango. I'm not going to do it, so I don't. And avocado, same thing. Um, oh, I can't remember how much they were. I think they were like $2.99 each or something. And they're not huge. I'm not talking about great big Hass avocados. I'm talking about just a regular size ones. Not much bigger than an egg or a duck egg. And yeah, I'm trying to remember the price of them, but then they'll have them on sale for $1.49 each or something like that, which that's not too bad. It's doable if you get a good size one and they're ripe and delicious. So it's not too bad, but you know, only $5 for a loaf of bread there, Lori. Only. Some of them are up 7, $8 now, depending on what you get. Krista Ronaldo, how you doing? It's you again. Yeah, glad you could make it. But yeah, the price of everything is so, and yeah, but I'm really surprised about the price of meat here. And on Vancouver Island, they've got a lot of what do you call um, Black Angus Alberta beef. A lot of beef from Alberta, anyway, and that's mostly called Black Angus. But really, some of the best meat in the world. They're raised right. They eat properly and everything. Really good, healthy beef. Um, and I would have thought that was fairly expensive, because it's not cheap. But then I came over here. They don't have Alberta beef anywhere that I can find yet. It's all some other source, possibly out of Vancouver or whatever. But the prices are just wow. I'm going to say they're at least 25-30% more, at least. Um, except for certain products, and I'm talking name brand products because there's one bacon that I like. It's a full. It's 1 kilo, which is actually 2.2 pounds of bacon. It's nice thick cut, and it's not hugely fatty. It's got a good balance of meat and fat, and it's really good. It's Mitchell's bacon, and it's 2.2 kilos. Um, or sorry, 1 kilo with 2.2 pounds, and it was regular sells for 19.95 or whatever. And then they sometimes on the island they had it on sale probably once a month or once every 2 months. It was on sale for $10.99 for the whole thing, and $10.99 for just over 2 pounds of bacon is actually a good deal. and it's good quality bacon. Like I said, it's thick and it's good balance ratio, meat to fat ratio. And they have the exact same price here, same product, same price, 19.99 or whatever. And when they had it on sale, it was 11.99. So it's only a buck difference, but um, that's only one of the products. There's got a few products like that, but the rest of it is all like expensive. It's crazy. I'm trying to think of something that. Oh, but another thing too is I've had a hard time finding regular ground beef for a very, very long time. Uh, Everywhere I've gone on Vancouver Island and the Vancouver Lower Mainland, everywhere I've searched in most of my life, after a certain point in time, they didn't make regular ground beef anymore. They had like what they'd call lean ground, which was 86%. And then they had extra lean, and that was it, just lean and extra lean. And that's all you could get. And then anyway, I come up here, and they got packages of regular ground beef. And it's great because it's what I grew up on, the really good, fatty, juicy ground beef that we used to love, man. And it's actually by Western Family, and it's in a package. It's in like one of those plastic tubes with the crimped ends on there. That's the only way you can get it is pre-packaged from a certain company like Western Family and that. But the other hamburger that they have there that the butcher does, it's still just the lean and extra lean. So no, I found this um, regular ground beef, and I've actually been buying it for my dogs and myself. And it's delicious because it's the way it was when I grew up, and it's the way it should be. Uh, yeah, Black Angus is the best, isn't it? It's your favorite too, Lori, eh? Yeah, that's not bad, Carl. Your fishing worms are $6 a box. I think they're $7 here, which is fascinating because I said everything is cheaper on Vancouver Island than it is here, except when I went to get fishing worms, they're actually cheaper here than they are in Vancouver Island. I mean, I think it was $11 a box of worms over there, and they're only like I think $7 here. Pretty sure seven. So it's actually not that bad. So that's a good thing. But yeah, $6 for a box of worms. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. And I noticed it already earlier, but as soon as I mentioned bacon, it's Carl's going bacon. Yeah, bacon. Everything's got to be wrapped in bacon. Love that bacon. Yeah, I love my bacon. Oh, but what I've been getting, get up here. They have it. Um, oh my God, those little guys are getting hungry. I don't know if I should run away and leave you for a minute and grab some worms. That could be a while, or just cut this video short because they're a bit active and they look a bit hungry. But I've been feeding them. Um, um, Actually, the little hamburger in a tube that I got, it's a small one. It's like, I think it's I think it's only about a quarter pound. It's not huge, and it's only a little over $5. So it's not a bad price. But what was I talking about? Worms, yeah. Worms are cheaper here for some strange reason. But bacon, yeah, bacon. So it was funny because one of the first times I went into Bilo here to pick up some groceries, I noticed that bacon, Mitchell's bacon, was on sale, 11.99. I thought I should grab one. I should grab one. I should grab it. No, no, no. I can't afford it right now. Blah blah blah. Talked myself out of it. And then I went back the next day and I thought I'm going to grab some of that bacon. And no, it was back to regular price again. I don't want to pay $20 for even 20 bucks for what is it? Just over 2 pounds. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of pushing it. That's getting to be a challenge, Cheryl, is keeping food cold. I had a little tub that I put things in. I put them outside in the shade, and generally overnight and that I kept it cool because everything was cool. Mm. So I am preoccupied. I really worry about my pets and the animals and critters and everything. It's the only thing that I really worry a lot about is as the animals. But what I was doing uh, was it 2 days ago? I actually, with my tub, I went and got a bag of ice, threw the ice in there, put my butter and stuff in there, and my butter was, went hard in that. But I put it out in the evening, like later in the evening after supper, and then when I got up in the morning, all the ice was completely melted and my butter was soft again. And it was like, well, I can't do that. So no, I actually went out and bought a DC fridge freezer unit. You can have fridge or freezer. I got it. It's at my buddy's place. We're trying to set it up with the proper connectors and everything like that for doing, hooking it up to like solar panel and plugins, like in the cigarette lighter kind of plugins and different plugins in that. And I can also, but it does come with a cord that I can plug into AC, the AC outlet. But then I'd have to run my generator, which only runs 2 hours, and that's it. Then it would turn off. So, but yeah, he's trying to hook it up properly so I can use it, and that will be coming. Um, so yeah, so it is tricky. That's why, for the most part, I'm having to buy fresh stuff almost every day, and sometimes just every 2 days, because if I can, a lot of things will last over 2 days. Like, yeah, when I was talking about the bacon, I was thinking of something, and I kind of forgot. But I've been getting here at Bilo this little package of pork jowl. It's just a chunk of pork jowl. You got to slice it yourself. You can cut it thin, thick, whatever you want. And pork jowl is so much better than bacon. It's like what do they call that? Pork belly, similar to pork belly. Man, that stuff's good. But this jowl is really good. It's just a little piece, like about that big in the package. Whoops. Yeah, about that big, I guess. And it's only $4. And when you really compare that to the other bacon, it is actually a really good price, because normally if they went by the regular bacon prices, that thing would cost $8, but it's only four. So we get those as often as we can, because they're cheap and they're the best bacon you're gonna eat. um, no, I don't have a Jackery or an EcoFlow or Blue Eddy or anything like that. Any power stations yet. That's my next step, is getting a power station. And actually, that would be the best thing for running your DC fridge freezers, is because I think it's raining. I can, when you can, on a hot day, summer day, you can smell the rain. When you can smell the ground and the plants. I can smell the rain. It's interesting. My window is wide open with the bug screen on it, but yeah, it's raining somewhere. I can actually smell it. It's really strong. Anyway, that's the bacon I've been eating. Oh, and yeah, and anyway, when I finally get an EcoFlow or something like that, it'll be a lot easier to plug in the fridge freezer. I'll have more options that way. So it's all coming. It's just slowly. When you're living on a pension, you can only do kind of like one thing a month. So yeah, that will be coming. Yeah, I think that's the minimum size you want, is a Jackery 1000, because the smaller ones than that, um, they power out faster, and so I don't think they're like they'll power your units for long. You have to check them and make sure they haven't run out of power. Yeah, it smells great out there. But as far as bears are, Lori, I know there's bears out here, but I think they're fewer and far between. This is really a semi-desert area, so I know there's moose out here. I haven't seen any yet, but apparently it's moose. But I don't know that there's a lot of bears here. I know there is, but it's stuff I'm still learning about and getting used to and everything like that. Oh boy, you got poop on you. Oh, can't have that. Go over. There you go. Oh boy, 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 boy. Little birds are like teenagers. They're always got their mouth open. um, anyway, yeah, that pork jowl is really good and it's cheap, so I've been getting that, which is great. I've got a package. The thing is, it's kind of, I think it's lightly smoked or something, and it's vacuum sealed, so it'll actually last longer outside, even if it is gets a bit warm, um, because of the packaging and everything and the smoking and that. So I don't worry about it. I got a brand new package of it out there tonight. That's what I'm having for dinner. Is I'm having pork jowl and I'm having some eggs of some sort. I'm not sure. Probably fried eggs, but I'm not sure. But I don't eat much. Um, with this, the Crohn's and everything, and I think with like I haven't been eating a lot. My diet's gone way down. Like my consumption's gone way down. And I'm sure I mentioned it before that I'm down to one meal a day, one small meal a day. That was to do the 23-hour fasting and everything to see about healing, and nothing's changing. So I don't know if it's going to work. So, but the thing is, my appetite's still way down too, and it's got. When I got over here slowly, yeah, you might be able to hear the rain on the roof now. It came from that direction, coming this way. Smells great though. Smells great. Sounds great. Oh, lovely, lovely. It's been pretty brutal hot here for a few days, other than the windy storms and the other rains and stuff. But yeah, that's right, Carl. Teenagers are strange animals. We were teenagers once, weren't we? But anyway, that's what I'm having for dinner. And anyway, all that's coming. It's just a matter of getting things. Oh, that's another one, Cheryl. Good one. Good one. Major Tom coming home. Peter Schilling. Yeah, because there's the David Bowie Major Tom, and there's also Elton John Rocket Man. But yeah, the one Major Tom coming home, that would probably be easier for me to do. I gotta check that one out too. Yeah, good sound effects, eh, Lori? Yeah, the rain and the birdies chirping. um, yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks. Glad you could make it, Peter Josh. But good tip. Yeah, you can take your food and put it in a galvanized bucket and throw it in like the Similkameen River or any river and keep it cool that way. I've done that before. We used to do that with our beer. We'd tie a rope around our 6 pack of beer and throw it in the river, or put it in a plastic bag and tie a rope around it and in the river and keep it in there and chill it down. I don't drink anymore, so. But yeah, you can keep your food that way too. But what was I going to say? I do actually. When I was out at my buddy's yesterday dealing with the birds and that, he gave me one of his. The bucket I had was just an ice cream bucket, so it's not a good cooler. That's why the ice melted so fast. But he gave me a cooler he had there, so and it'll keep ice colder longer, so I can throw ice in that and put my food in that, and it could last a day or two or something. So that'll be good. I'm going to work on that for now until we get the fridge freezer thing set up and all that. Maybe even not a Jack, EcoFlow or something, and solar panels and stuff like that. Yeah, we did that too, tubing down the river and inner tubes and stuff. Yeah, hang your beer over the side and keep it cold, or your food or whatever. Yeah, we that was a long time ago. Anyway, sort of every once in a while I get off topic here. I started talking about one thing and then moving on. Anyway, we're moving on. We're at 2 hours now, so I'm sure I'm gonna have to cut it a bit short because, yeah, every time I don't even have to squawk like Mama Magpie now. Every time I make a noise, they seem to be popping their heads up. Oh man, this heartburn was coming on again, uh, and I was trying to hold off before I take a pill. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sometimes with heartburn, you don't need to take a pill. Sometimes if you just eat something, so I'm going to have a banana. They're really good for you and healthy, and that they help everything work through your system and everything. I haven't, Cheryl, I haven't got any. Oh, looks like I had a bit of a glitch there, buffering or something. But no, I haven't got necessarily any potatoes. Well, they're not full yet. I'm sure there's little potatoes in there, and they're growing really good. They're all flowering, which is what you want. You want the flowers to come up and go and then die off. And then basically when the plants actually start wilting, that's when you know the potatoes are about as done as they're going to be. Even though if you cut the plants off and leave them in the ground for a while longer, they will actually get bigger. But I don't usually do that. Once the plant's wilting away, then I know they're done, and I just uh, well, usually I have my potatoes in the ground in a mound, but yeah, no, I'm gonna wait until that. It's gonna be probably sometime in July, maybe late June or something like that. We'll see. But they're growing great, and I know there's going to be a bunch of potatoes on there. Got lots of plants. If I get a chance, I'll show you today, but I don't want to go out in the rain right now. Anyway, I got to see if this is going to work instead of taking a pill. Get rid of my heartburn, so I'll try that. Mm. Anyway, I keep bouncing around, don't I? So I mentioned, have you ever seen the rain? Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Well, it wasn't sunny. Anyway, interesting one done by the same people. CCR. 2 songs about rain. Isn't that interesting? So, long as I remember, the rain's been coming down. Clouds of mystery pouring, confusion on the ground. Good man through the ages, trying to find the sun. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? I went down Virginia, seeking shelter from the storm. Caught up in the fable, I watched the tower grow. 5-year plans and new deals, wrapped in golden chains. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? Heard the singers playing, how we cheered for more. The crowd had rushed together, they're trying to stay warm. Still the rain kept pouring, falling on my ears. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? There you go, another CCR song about rain. Kind of poignant today. Peter. Yeah, mealworms. That's what I want to go to look at the pet stores and the feed stores and stuff. Um, yeah, and the co-op stores. They're the only co-op they have on the island is the co-op gas station. But over here, yeah, they have co-op feed stores, livestock stores. Um, yeah, and they're dried and easier to feed them and everything for the magpies. Um, and how did I get the magpies? You should have been here earlier. Anyway, I went over to my friend's place yesterday after dinner, and he said, "Come and look at this," and showed me the nest with the magpies in. And apparently, no mama or parent magpie had been around for a day or two or something. About 2 days, yeah. And then when I was there, I kept peeking my head around to see if anyone's showing up. Nobody in like 3 days showed up for these little babies. And so my friend just put them in this little terrarium here, and we drove in to get some fishing worms, and then he dropped them off with me for me to take care of. That's how I acquired them. And I find that interesting. You raised a Canada gooseling, a Canada gooseling. Yeah, that is cool. That must have been fun. Yeah, Cheryl, I probably will get a mailbox here because it's going to be a bit trickier dealing with my mail down there. Oh, by the way, Carl, yeah, I mailed my mailbox key to my buddy. He's going in there to pick up my mail and hopefully grab that one that you sent me. Um, I, I I think it takes a long time before they send stuff back if you haven't picked up your mail for probably a couple of months or more or something. So it should still be there. I can't see why not, but yeah. So he's gonna grab it and repackage it and send it up to me. I just get things. That's another thing. I should put that in the descriptions below too. Um, get rid of that other mail thing and put it. It's simple. You just send it to my name, general delivery, Karamias, BC, and then it's VOX1NO. That's the postal code. But anyway, I'll put it down in the description below. In my, most of my videos, including the live and that, later on once I'm done here. And yeah, that's an address you can send for now, and just general delivery, Karamias. But I'll give you all the details. And then eventually I'll probably get a mailbox here because from here, it doesn't matter where I go in BC. I'm not that far away per se. So I can always either pick it up or have someone grab it for me or something like that. It's just a lot easier than being on the island because if I go back to the island, it's the expensive part is taking the ferry back and forth. Oh, okay, that's okay. You're Canadian backwoods, whatever that was. Okay, Peter. Okay, same person. Gotcha. You have to keep changing your handle for because things crash or something like that. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, that's interesting. Oh, Chromebook does not have much storage. I see. Yeah, interesting. Ah, but yeah, Peter, thanks for a lot of the information about this area. You say you miss the Okanagan, Similkameen, and Karamias and all that. Yeah, this is your, kind of one of your stomping grounds from way back. But yeah, a lot of my information I got about this area comes from Peter. He always gives me tips and hints. And Tuesday's video coming up, as long as I finish it, I've been meaning to finish it since I put out Fridays, but I haven't finished it. Most of it done. We're going to be doing a very special thing for on the wild foraging again. Um, but I'm not going to tell you right away. But it's a fairly sacred thing. So that's all I'm going to say. So Peter, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about, and thanks for the tip on that one. Hopefully it's good. I hope you like it. Like I hope all of you like it is what I mean. Um, but that's coming up on Tuesday. Hopefully, I gotta finish it off today. I was gonna do it last night, but after everything with that I went through yesterday, including with getting the birds and that, I just didn't have time, and I got really tired. So, mm, and actually, having that banana is helping settle down the heartburn, which is cool. Because the less medications I take, I find the better. It's medications when you really need them. You kind of got to have them, but you know, if you can do without them whenever you can, that's probably the best way to go. So that's helping. Little critters are getting can't think of the word. Getting mobile again, getting active. What a simple word. I couldn't think of active. They're getting active again. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, that'll be coming up. I hope you guys enjoy that on Tuesday, and you're gonna see what I meant, Peter. You're gonna see exactly what I meant, and I hope I do a good job and do it justice. Let's put it that way. But it's pretty interesting being up here. I guess when I got here, technically it's late spring. Well, yeah, we're still in spring. Yeah, summer starts in June 20th, I think it is. Anyway, so I was mid spring, I guess, when I got here. Anyway, I was out just outside here beside one of the, in the dirt and the gravel beside one of the orchards. I noticed a couple of mushrooms there, but they're so old and dry, I couldn't identify them. So I don't know what kind are out here. And what brings mushrooms on is the rains, especially the heavier rains. And we've had rains here, like really some downpours, but it's not a lot, and it's not enough, and it doesn't really soak everything down because everything's so dry here, and it gets sucked up real quick by the plants and everything. So, um, oh my God, Carl. Anyway, so yeah, I've only found those two, and so far I haven't found, but I haven't really been out looking specifically for mushrooms. And in this kind of climate, or sorry, I should say the ground or whatever the geology or whatever you call it, not geology. Oh, my brain, come on. Anyway, like I said, a semi-desert, and I'm not 100% familiar with mushrooms for this type of area. I'll have to do more research and find out when and where and all that kind of stuff. But I'm looking forward to that too. But Carl, that's cool. I wish you could mail them to me somehow. But you know, of all the bananas, my favorite are those baby finger bananas. Oh, they're so good and so sweet. And it would make sense that down in Alabama you're going to have banana trees there because it's such a kind of a more of a tropical. I guess it's more of a drier climate, but it's a lot warmer than that and more conducive to banana trees. But especially those small little ones. Oh, I find the little finger bananas, they're so sweet and so delicious and everything. They make these ones taste really sad. But I'm kind of jealous there, Carl. You got my favorite bananas down there. Hey, NH Bent Needle, how you doing? Glad you could make it. We're getting close to being done already because I guess you don't know yet. One second. That's why this is an unusual, interesting one because I've rescued 4 baby magpies. I don't know what happened to mom and dad or whatever, but they're orphaned, and my buddy and I rescued them yesterday on his where he lives at, and so that's why I'm not. You're surprised I'm still alive. Why is that? That's interesting. But anyway, that's why I was saying I might have to um, shut down pretty quick here because I got to take care of them. I've been feeding them all morning, and they're like teenagers. They're bottomless pits, so I'll have to stay on top of that. Yeah, actually, Peter, you're right. Um, you're right about a lot of things. It's cool. But anyway, yeah, organic Greek yogurt can help with heartburn and different things like that. Intestinal stuff, all that kind of stuff. And one of my favorites, if I'm going to have yogurt, it's got to be the Balkan style, Greek Balkan, I guess it is. But the thick, heavy stuff is so delicious. It just, I was wondering, heard this scratching and baby's just making her bed. Anyway, yeah, that is the best. I love the thick Balkan style yogurt, Greek yogurt. It's really, really good, really good. And I probably don't have it as often as I'd like, or you know, it's not necessarily cheap, not really expensive, but not cheap. But also, it's trying to keep it without a fridge right now, because I get a tub and I can't eat the whole damn thing. I mean, it would be ridiculous, kind of a waste in a way. Yeah, oh my God, there, NH Bent Needle. little baby magpies. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take them to some place, um, excuse me, a wildlife center or something, or just try and raise them myself. Right now, it's all up in the air. I'm not sure that I'm going to have the time and necessary energy and everything to do it. So it might be best if I take them to a professional or something. Now, magpies. There's some other interesting stuff I was going to tell you about it. But magpies are also the national bird of Korea, and they're the, I guess, the national symbol of the capital Seoul. Is the on their emblem, I guess it is the magpie, which I found interesting and cool. But they're really kind of well thought of all around the world. They're a special kind of bird to a lot of people, a lot of places in the world. But yeah, that's cool. Oh, the heartburn's gone away, but now my guts hurt. But that's just normal. It's not nothing to do with the banana or anything like that. It's just I deal with that all the time. Um, yeah, you're not going to ask me the question, are you, Cheryl? I guess you know what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day. Actually, that's funny because what I had already thought about it before I even went live. I was thinking I'd tell you that first of all, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go buy more worms to feed my little babies, and then I do have to go to Bilo and pick up some more food because I have enough for me. I have that pork towel. I have um, at least one egg, and I got bananas. I got mango. I got bagels. Oh, that's what I was starting to say earlier. I was talking about my diet and everything and eating less. I forgot to follow through on that. And okay, for an example, if I have one bagel and with a fried egg on it, that's it. I'm full. And sometimes I can't even finish that. That's pretty sad. It's really gotten way down. And the more medical trauma I'm in, like yesterday, or the last 4 days actually, but especially yesterday was the worst. I almost have no appetite. I'd have a bagel, put a fried egg on it with some butter and mayonnaise, and I'll take 2 bites and I'm done. And I just can't eat anymore. But the thing is, I drink a lot of juice, or water. Like water's probably the best, but um, I just so thirsty a lot, so thirsty. Not so much today. I'm having tea and I feel fine. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, go get some worms. Then we'll go to Bilo and buy some food for the girls tonight. I'll probably get them more of that regular hamburger they love so much. It's hard to say. It depends on what's there. Like I might just get them liver. It depends. Like a lot of times, okay, they package the liver, and I have to buy a certain. I go by the price usually. It's usually around between $3 and $4 for the package, and that's just the right amount of liver for both the girls for one meal. Just cook it up, and chop it all up, and feed them both. And so, like sometimes they package in bigger portions, right? And like there'll be 6 or 7 or 8 bucks, and it's like, well, that's no good for me. I can't buy the liver because I need a smaller one. So that forces me into buying some beef or something else. And once in a while, I give them pork. I've heard pork's not good necessarily for the small dogs like this. It can give them pancreatitis or something. I don't know 100% on that, but I try to keep any pork products down to a total minimum for the girls. Just feed them mostly beef, liver, and chicken most of the time. Yeah, I've heard that too somewhere, Carl. Banana peels, put them in with your roses, and it helps them out with the potassium or something. Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah, NH bent needle. Gut flares are not fun at all. Crohn's disease is nothing I would wish on my enemy. I mean, it's one of the worst things I can imagine, kind of deal, because it revolves around food consumption, the thing that we do every day, many times a day, or most of the people do. Some people are way too many times. But anyway, that's funny, Peter. You brought that up earlier. Euphoric Granny Lori, she mentioned the Heckle and Jekyll, and I hadn't heard of Heckle and Jekyll in so long. Took me way back. I loved that show when I was a kid. So cool. And yeah, she thought they were magpies too, and I thought they were crows. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember enough of it. It was like so far back. My memory is not near as good as it used to be. So they could have been magpies. Yeah, I don't know. But I didn't know that they have like nothing but magpies in northern Alberta. They must be everywhere, eh? Hey, that's a good one, Cheryl. Name the birds Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Mo. Yeah. I was thinking of something like Pim, Lim, something, and Tim earlier when I was walking the dogs, but Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Mo. That's quite cute. Yeah. I don't really want to name them anything right now because if I name them, that means I'm going to end up getting attached and keeping them. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet about that part, but yeah, I mean, we're always so tempted to name them, and like I said, I came up with a cute names there earlier today. So yeah. So other than that, going to get the worms and get some groceries. This afternoon, I got to actually try and finish off that video for Tuesday. Otherwise, I'll never get it done, and because I'd only have tomorrow afternoon, and then I'd be up all night trying to do all the tweaking and stuff with the laptop on the video, like the thumbnails and the details and all that kind of stuff. I like to get them out early as I possibly can because then I can move on to other stuff, and especially dealing with my dogs and my pets and things. Yeah, you're right, actually, Peter. The worms would get expensive trying to feed them. I mean, since yesterday, I've gone through 3 boxes. That's 36 worms since yesterday afternoon. So pretty much more or less in a 12-hour period, which is a short period of time, gone through 36 worms. And they're going to want more. So I'm going to have to get down to the feed store. I'm hopefully the feed store itself will be open today. I'm not sure, but if they're not, I'll have to do tomorrow. But yeah, if it, going with the worms, it'd be very expensive, and it's trickier to deal with. Whereas the mealworms and stuff like that would be a lot better because they're, like you said, usually dried, or they're just easier to deal with. Like when they have crickets and grasshoppers and different things like that. Um, yeah, yeah, and then and like I said, try and work on that video for Tuesday, and after that, well, that'll be after dinner, so we'll have dinner first, and then I'll work on that after dinner. Hopefully, I'll get that done, and that's pretty much the day. I don't really feel like doing a lot, and I got my hands full right now, so I have to spend all my time. Here we go again. Wow, I'm gonna have to take a pill. Damn it. Yeah, I spend a lot of my time dealing with my dogs and now the birds, so it's gonna take up most of my time is taking care of my little pets. So you're getting hungry. Hungry now, Lori, talking about food all the time. Well, Peter, I'm not gonna stay up that late to go looking for worms. Just not gonna stay up till midnight to go looking for night crawlers. I got a flashlight, I got a bucket, and I know how you can stick a stick in the ground and pound it, and they'll come to the surface because of the noise. I kind of know how to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then and they come out with the night dew on the lawn as well. They start popping up, and you take a flashlight out and stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay up that late for that. I need my sleep, my beauty sleep especially. But yeah, that's I would rather just go to the pet store and buy the grubs and stuff and do it that way. Actually, I think you were saying earlier you can get bags and bags of bulk bags of um, mealworms or grubs or something, and it's a lot cheaper that way. Like, yeah, it would be definitely. On it's interesting because on Vancouver Island, they have this bug place that they just raise bugs like ladybugs and all sorts of different things. The one I remember is the ladybugs because I was going to actually use the ladybugs in my garden because you can buy them like 10,000 ladybugs at a time, and then you kind of release them low down in your garden, and as long as there's enough aphids and other things for them to eat, they'll just stick around in your garden and then clean it all up. But they have all sorts of other bugs there, a huge list of bugs that they raise or grow or whatever they do, which is interesting because I'm not on Vancouver Island anymore, and that would be a good place. I could just go get 10,000 bugs and feed these suckers for a week or so. But yeah. Oh man, 2.5 hours already. Wow. I'm serious. Time has just flown by. It's crazy. It feels like maybe an hour to me. But I mean, we've been talking about a bunch of stuff. Anyway, you got to remind me now. So, one time before I did, have you ever seen The Rain by CCR? And then today I did Who'll Stop the Rain by CCR. And then I have this other one written down, and I'm not sure if I've done it yet. Like, if I did it, it would have had to been on the last live. And trust me, I don't even remember. I can't remember if I did or not. So, yeah, I've always been an avid gardener, Lori. Ever since I was a little kid, I remember being in the garden with my mom and dad and learning all that stuff. And it's gardening and food production basically has been a huge part of my life for all my life. Oh yeah, I'm going on Facebook Marketplace and all sorts of other platforms looking for motorhomes all the time, and there's a bunch of them out there, decent price ranges. It's just a matter of narrowing it down. Thing is, I got to sell this tiny house and trailer to get the money. Probably sell the truck. Um, that I'm not 100% sure of because we might be doing the clutch on that. We seem to be doing more and more work on the truck, but until I actually sell one of them or both of them, I won't have enough money to invest in a motorhome. But yeah, there's lots of them out there. This is a really good time to pick them up, apparently. And there's kind of tons of them in this whole area, like Osoyoos, Penticton, OK Falls, Headley, Princeton, everywhere in this whole big, huge area. There's lots of them out there. So I will find something good in my price range eventually. It's just a matter of coming up with the funds. I can, like I say, selling the tiny house, which will be sad and pretty melancholy in a way because it's served me well, saved our lives and everything, but it's not totally convenient for us. Oh my God. Yeah, Craigslist is another one. NH Needle. Craigslist is another one to check it out too. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna get one before winter comes around, Lori. Yes, that's the whole plan. That's why I'm doing it now, because we're not even summer yet. So I've got all summer if I have to get it. Oh boy, they're getting hungry. Yeah, they're starting to chirp a lot. You hear that? Yeah, they're gonna. But I mean, they're healthy. I mean, they're all kind of in a way they always want to eat like teenagers, but you know, I've been feeding them a lot, so they're not going to suffer. But I will have to go and do that as soon as I'm finished here. Give them a good feed, and then I can take off and go shopping. But anyway, I don't remember for sure if I did this on the last live or not. I have no clue. You're gonna have to tell me. If I didn't, that's cool, because it'll be a first for you. Let's see if I can do this. Early in the evening, just around supper time, over by the courthouse, they're starting to unwind. 4 kids on the corner, trying to bring you up. Willie picks a tune out and he blows it on the harp. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing Bring a Nickel, Tap Your Feet. Rooster hits the washboard and people just gotta smile. Blinky thumps a gut bass and solos for a while. Poor boy twangs the rhythm out on his Kalamazoo. Willie goes into a dance and doubles on kazoo. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing Bring a Nickel, Tap Your Feet. You don't need a penny just to hang around, but if you got a nickel, won't you lay your money down? Over on the corner, there's a happy noise. People come from all around to watch the magic boy. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing Bring a Nickel, Tap Your Feet. Down on the corner, out in the street, Willie and the poor boys are playing Bring a Nickel, Tap Your Feet. There you go. Hopefully you hadn't heard that from me before, so that'll be good. That's the one we're going to end the show on, is the song we're going to end the show on is that one. Actually, Lori, I don't know how old the baby birds are exactly, but they're pretty darn young because they don't even have their feathers yet. And they're all just kind of skin, right? They're healthy and pudgy, but yeah, I couldn't even wager a guess at how old they actually are at this point. But apparently, they can grow pretty quickly. You know, it doesn't take too long for them to grow up and get their feathers and start trying to flap around and then become fledglings, I guess you'd call it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens here. Whether I kind of like, you know, now that I got him, I'd like to hang on to him and yeah, I'm singing for my supper, right, Peter? That's about it, man. I'm singing for my supper. Yeah, at this point, I'm kind of thinking and hoping I'll keep them and raise them myself, but you know, it only depends on my capability and everything like that, and whether I can stay on top of it and that, because you know, I mean, it's the same with my girls. You know, they're the most important. They get fed first. They always have the good food. I eat the garbage if I have to. You know, so any pets or animals that I have are always number one. And I have to do that the same with the birds. So it will be a matter of whether I can stay on top of it and do it properly, and you know, we'll see what happens. But I will keep you all posted for that for sure. You know, as we go down in my regular videos and stuff like that. You know, because I know you all want to know. That's interesting, Glenn. Yeah, but I'm sorry I'm laughing because I'm gonna have to teach him how to fly. I can't fly myself. I can barely walk. I just I got a weird sense of humor sometimes, but yeah, you know, yeah, when it comes to that, yeah, you basically, I guess you just go out there and they might sit on your finger or something. You kind of do that, and they start to flap their wings, and then they slowly learn how to fly, and then the next thing you know, they're zipping around, right? Might have to do it inside the house first, you know, because like if it comes to that, they probably will start trying to fly around the house. Yeah, but yeah, whoops, here, turn that up sometime. It's interesting because sometimes they get themselves upside down, and I don't think it's good. So flap a little faster. You mean if I flap a little faster, I might actually take off? That's cute, yeah. Um, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Sometimes they get themselves upside down and I have to make sure they're upright. I don't think it's probably good to be upside down, but they're still pretty awkward. But they sure make them a lot of mess. I'm going to go through a lot of paper towels. Going to be interesting anyway. So anyway, I guess it's time to quit for today. I really got to get on top of this with the birds and that and everything else. It's getting closer to 3 o'clock now, I guess, and time's going by quick. So, here we go. I'm so glad we had this time together just to laugh and... Oh, I can't remember the words. Sorry. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. Seems we just get started and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Copyright claim. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Thanks, yeah. You're always full of compliments. Thank you very much. You guys take care. Have a great afternoon and, stay safe out there and stuff like that. And we'll just catch you on the next live, okay? So I better go. And it's always hard for me to leave once I get into it, but I do have to go take care of the little birdies and see you, Glenn, see you, Carl. Oh, okay. If I get the wrong mushrooms, I'll fly. That's it, Carl. Yeah, I actually got the wrong mushrooms up in my cupboard there, but I haven't had them for about over a year or something. Anyway, yeah. Oh, everyone's saying goodbye. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, Carol Burnett. Yeah, exactly. So we'll catch you next live, and like I say, stay safe out there and stay happy and healthy and all that kind of stuff. So we'll chat with you soon, okay? Ciao for now.